Program number 19. Write a Java program to implement the concept of exception handling by creating user-defined exceptions. In this program, you will see how to create user-defined exceptions to handle the exceptions which might occur in the program. For that, we have a class called myException, which is extending the exception class. Look at the statement. Class myException extends exception. This is the first thing. Then we have a constructor called myException string message. Now this message is the default message which we are trying to access, which is present in the exception class using the super keyword. So super keyword helps you access the immediate parent class data members. So here we are trying to access the default message which you can display if any exception occurs. Now, in this program, we are trying to demonstrate exception handling by user-defined exceptions. Now, this is the main class user-defined exception demo. We have a variable age. We are trying to take the input from the data input stream class. So if the user enters the age between 15 to 25, only then the program should accept the input. If the user enters anything beyond this, then we should handle the exception by throwing the user defined exception. How to do that? If age is less than 15 or age is greater than 25, then throw new my exception number not in range. Now this is the message which we will display if an exception is thrown. What type of exception? It is the user defined exception. What type of exception? User defined. So what are the steps? First, take a class which is extending the exception class. Take a constructor to display a message. Then go to the statement where it might throw an error. There, use the keyword throw new, then mention the user defined exception. Here it is my exception. You can give any name for your user defined exception. It is not fixed, unlike the predefined exception. So you can give any name to your exception. Here it is my exception, number not in range. I want to display that message if the user doesn't enter the proper range. If everything is fine, then this statement is not executed. Without any hassles, it will execute the next consecutive statement. Then we have two catch blocks here. This catch block will handle the user defined exception. So once this exception is thrown, what will happen? It has to be caught. So caught my exception and display the message. Let me run this program so that you understand what we're trying to do here. So the program is asking the user to enter anything in the range 15 to 25. First time I'll enter 16. The number is 16. So there is no issue. Now let me run the program again and give an incorrect input. Let me enter 30. So what is it displaying? Caught my exception, this message, as well as number not in range. So in this way, you can handle the user defined exception. What are the steps? First, you have to extend the exception class. Then you have to display the proper message using a constructor. So try to throw your user defined exception wherever necessary. So here this statement might throw an exception. That is the reason I have put a block. So if the input is not proper, then throw the user defined exception. Similarly, display the warning messages and execute the remaining statement properly. That is the whole intention of handling the exception. Your program should not abruptly stop in the middle. It should run till the end. That is the main intention of handling exceptions in any of the program. So exceptions can occur whenever you're trying to take some input, process some data. So majorly in Java input output programs, you'll be dealing with exception handling, because what if the file which you are trying to access is not present? Your program might stop abruptly. So you have to handle the exception in such cases. That is the reason exception plays an important role. In this program, we have seen how to create user-defined exception.